Shalom, shalom. I'm your brother Kaya out of GMS Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, as I always say, a picture is 1,000 words. Let it sink in. This is the future of the children of Edom. Now, I know a lot of them don't like this. They try to debunk it. They try to run from it. They try to escape from it. It's inevitable. This is what's going to happen to them. You know, Jake, 2/3 of our people don't like pictures like this because they love the oppressor. 2/3 of Israel has forgotten what these devils have done to us. Also, they have forgotten or they don't know who this devil actually really is. So let me recap real quick who he is. He's our older brother. This is his bloodline. The Edomites, the Idumeans. Yes, they call themselves Caucasians today. They call themselves Europeans. They call themselves white and everything else. Now, once again, this has nothing to do with skin tone or its outside appearance. Just because they have a certain skin tone do not make them Edomites. You know, if you remember the diaspora, as we always tell you about, look at that. Esau is running out of time. Isn't that something? Yeah. If y'all seen that pop up, one of the brothers was doing a video. You know, brothers are doing videos around the world. And see, Esau is running out of time. And this is his fate. Edom's fate. You know, the fall of Babylon, into servitude they go. And then Obadiah 1:18. So, you know, going back to it, you know, this has nothing to do with outside appearance. Because if you remember the diaspora, when we were scattered amongst all nations, so the children of Israel look like all nations. So don't get tripped up when we tell you that these Edomites are going to go into slavery. They are. And just because we call them Edomites, it's not because of their skin color. They are who they are. There's some chocolate covered Edomites, you know, at the end of the day. But see, once again, this is what's about to befall them. You know, this is their fate. Regardless if Jake don't like it, this is going to happen. And it's all in the scriptures. Even though, you know, a lot of these Edomites try to run the Galatians. You know, there's no difference between Jew or Greek, which they have no idea what that's about. You know, when you go into the Apocrypha, it breaks it down what that's actually going into. That's going into the Hellenites, Israelites that were in the, what is that? Not Edomites. Israelites in a Hellenized condition, meaning they were going into the ways of the heathen. That's what that's talking about. That grafting back in. It was never, Edomites were never grafted into anything. First and foremost, they were never given the laws, statutes, or commandments, were they? No. It was never given to them. And I understand they want to go into the word for whosoever, but they don't ever go into the book of Acts where it tells you further. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. See, there's a lot of scriptures they leave out or they try to run to that has nothing to do with them because they're trying to run from this fate. Well, you know, before we get completely started, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim that are listening. I want to say shalom to that remnant. Hold on. Kurt, go scratch your post. Don't scratch my bed. You lost your crap. It's a lot, yeah. Out of control around here with these animals. But anyway, you know, shalom to the remnant of the house of Israel. And yes, I have a cat, as y'all all know by now. I got two of them. Punishment. I guess I'm looking for glutton for punishment, huh? But anyway, right? So this is what's about to happen. What you see on my screen. And this is a problem for most people. This is more of a problem. This is more of a problem to 2/3. Because they love their masters so much. They don't want to see this, but we do. Because this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Everything in the Bible is going to have, has happened, and is going to happen. And we constantly tell you about prophecy. The Bible even speaks about the MOTB, the mark of the beast, Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. The RFID microchip. And it's crazy because now these Bible Belt Christians are even saying what it is. And it's funny to me that you got Israelite groups out there talking about it's an embargo, sleeping with white women, and it's Christianity. But nevertheless, this is what's going to happen to the Edomites. And it's not just the Edomites. This is going to happen to you heathens too. This is another reason why we're seeing what we're seeing. When Revelation 13 and 16 and 17 pop up, the RFID microchip, what it's really about is New World Order. It's basically the nations and Esau, Edom trying to hold on. Well, actually, Esau, Edom, the Edomites trying to hold on to a blessing that is fading, that is slipping through their fingers like sand, slipping through their fingers like water, slipping through their fingers like air. They can't hold on to it. Their time is just about up. That hourglass is almost empty. And this is their fate. Because you got to understand one thing too. Did we not go into servitude for our disobedience? Did not the house of Israel go into servitude, captivity over and over and over and over again? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And throughout the scriptures, all those that have put their hands upon the children of Israel are going to pay for it. Yahweh Bashim Shai said throughout scriptures that all those that have basically touched the apple of his eye, that it's going to be a recompense, a payback. See, that's the part they don't want to read. When you go to these churches and these Edomite Christians that be on YouTube and TikTok and whatever, they don't tell you that. They stay far away from them scriptures. Or they'll say, oh, it's already been done already. We've all been in slavery. We've all, throughout time, there's been slavery. We've all been slaves. Okay, at one point, yeah. But at the end of the day, what did Yahweh Bashim Shah say in the end? In the kingdom, who was going to be the slave? You Edomites, you Idumeans, and you heathens. The only good thing about the heathens they not going to get it as bad as Edom. They going to get it. But they're not going to get it as bad as Edom. And they also not going to be wiped out. And I'm talking to you heathens. The heathens are going to learn and they're going to pay tribute. But they'll end up having their own land and living until, they die out. And then, they have children and come back. You know what I'm saying? But Edom, the Edomites, are the only ones that's going to be eradicated from the earth. But before they're eradicated, guess what? They're going to serve Jake. See, this is why you got this man right here. It's an Israelite man. This is a king right here. This is what we're going to be in the kingdom. This is why we tell you this ain't our rest. Where we are here in Babylon, this is not our rest. This is the land of who? Esau, Edom, the Edomites. And their land is coming to an end. It's falling. They're falling. And everybody's looking at them. The heathen are even looking at them, how wicked these Edomites are. And the higher echelon, Amalek, and the rest of them. The Amalekites, Amalek. And the rest of his kinfolk, the children of Edom. This is what's going to happen in the near future. They can run, they can scream, they can jump up and down, they can say we lying, they can say what they want, but the truth is, this is what's going to happen. So, the first scripture I'm going to get, right, and bear with me, is the book of Lamentation. Let's go there first. And bear with me, Israel. Let's go to Lamentations. Lamentation chapter 4. Back it up with scripture. We back up everything we say through scripture. So it ain't just, how we feel or what we think. No, we're telling you exactly what's going to happen through the scriptures. Now, if many of you don't believe in the Bible and you think the Bible's hate speech, then kick rocks. Kick rocks. Of course, it's going to be hate speech when it's against those that did everything against us. Now, all of a sudden, the Bible's hate speech. You see how that play out? When people understand their fate, what's going to happen to them in the near future. Now, all of a sudden, the Bible is hate speech and they want to get rid of it or they want to rewrite it again so they can write themselves in. And that ain't going to work neither. So let's see Lamentations chapter 4. And bear with me. This is Lamentation 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So what does that mean? That the cup that what we had to go through, now it's your turn to go through, Esau, Edom, the Edomites, and you heathens. As you see, 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, the Edomites, the Idumeans, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Yep. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. You are gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we went through it, so it's your turn to go through it. The cup's about to be passed unto you, and there's no escaping it. Listen to verse 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. The daughter of Zion is who? You Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. No one's going to carry us away into captivity no more. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So now Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus, Jehovah, Yeshua, Yeshua, Yehoshua, all the names that is not his name, is doing what? He's looking at Esau, Edom. His eyes are steamed and pierced upon Esau, Edom. Now it's your turn. Now you got Yahweh Bahashem Shai's full attention. For all that you've done to the children of Israel will happen to you. And y'all know what you did. You know about slavery. You know about all that. Even down to the point now that what they do to Jake now. Then you had, what is that, Chud the Builder out here running around talking about niggas chimping out and all of that. And then I was looking at a comment board and how these Edomites really feel about Jake. Then you got Marlon. I think he's Arab or something. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is. I think he's Arab. And how he's saying he hate niggas and, you know, everybody tired of us and all this stuff. Well, first and foremost, I ain't going to say us because I ain't no nigga. That's a 2/3 thing. I'm an Israelite. I'm Yasharallah. He better get it right. But even with that, even what he said, it shows. Oh, yeah, they punk behind going into servitude, too. These Arabs, Ishmael, yeah. And see, the higher elite of Ishmael, they know when we say this, they know. Their books even say it. There are certain scriptures in their books that tell them what's going to happen. Their book tells them who we actually are, that we're God's chosen people, and that ain't changed. So once again, these heathens and Esau, Edom, his time is just about up. So when you're going back to that picture, this is what's going to happen to them. Oh, it's going to get worse than this. You see how the smile on it? You see the smile on that brother showing all teeth. It's going to get a whole lot worse than just what you see. We was in chains. It's going to be y'all's in chains. Matter of fact, let's get some more scriptures, right? Pictures 1,000 words. You know, letting you know, too, that there's no escaping this. You know, there's no slipping under the rug. There's no slithering in the cracks. None of this. So let's get this. Watch this. Because guess what? We had to pay for the things we did we not? We constantly was going into servitude. We were constantly being beaten and all kind of stuff was happening to the children of Israel, even to this day. Let me see, what did I want? Bear with me. Nahum. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. What does it say? The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all, now y'all hear that? Not at all acquit the wicked. And the wicked is who? Esau, Edom. When you go to Job, matter of fact here. Job 9, for the earth The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. Not that Jake don't do wickedness, but the wicked is Esau, Edom. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And when it means the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, when Yahushua come back, who would be in power? The wicked. Esau, Edom. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. Now, when he covered the faces, what did he do? He covered the faces of the prophets. He covered the face of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He covered the face of Yahushua. He covered the face of the prophets. He covered the face of Yahweh. He covered the face of the angels. What does that mean? That means what they did is they saw it going to, what is that? First Maccabees 3:48, I believe, that they went and they drew in their likeness. Once again, that's why when you look up God or pictures and this and that, it's always a white man with long hair. Angels with white angels, women or men with long blonde hair and wings. Or they show Jesus with a white man with blonde hair or brown hair down his back. Bunch of nonsense. That's what they did, and they know it. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So we know who he is. And we've been telling you who he is the whole time. And see, right now, everybody want to say, oh, no, they're not. No, they're not the devil. Oh, they're not. It's funny. These higher echelon Edomites, what are they doing? They're destroying the earth. Jake is not destroying the earth. 2/3 is not destroying the earth. That's not even, and even in a 2/3, even though he might have a job that may, have to throw waste, something like that. But it's not in Jake. It's just not in Jake just to be destroying the earth. It's not even in 2/3 of our people. It's just running around destroying stuff. Our people like to plant and grow stuff and have food, and you know what I mean. Even Jake's just not about destroying the earth. Even 2/3 would like to see a clean river, enjoy a clean river, a clean lake to fish out of, pretty grass and hill countries and different stuff. Eat good food. Jake like that. Jake's not talking about want to destroy the earth. Gad, you so-called Native Americans are not like that. Issachar, so-called Hispanics are not like that. They're not destructive of the earth. They're not feeding you GMOs and fake food and polluting the air and spraying shit in the air and chemtrails and all these injections and stuff. Then talk about, New World Order. Who's doing that shit? Who's destroying the earth? It ain't the Israelites. And these that are destroying the earth, they in trouble. These Edomites are in trouble. Regardless of what they say and how they feel, they're going to pay for what they have done. The scriptures say you're going to reap what you sow. And the scriptures say, when we go back to Nahum, what does it say? Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3 again. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Meaning what? At the end of the day, nobody's going to get away. Nobody's going to go away. He will not acquit the wicked. Means what? You will not get away. You will not escape what you done. You're going to reap what you sowed. There's going to be a recompense. Matter of fact, here, let's go to Galatians chapter 6. Let me see. And 7. Yep. This is Galatians chapter 6. Lock it. In verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That goes for Esau, Edom too. It went for us too. Whatever we soweth is what we're going to reap. You do dirt, your ass going to be put in the dirt. Esau's done so much wickedness and so much stuff that he going to go beyond the dirt. Means he's going to be in a lot of trouble, and he's going to be shoot, he going to be paid back for what he did. He in trouble for what he did. even though he thinks that he's going to escape it, which also proves at the same time they don't think they're going to escape it. Why else do you think they're building bunkers? It's not just the nukes. They know about World War III, but it ain't just that. They know these scriptures. They know that time is going to come. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And that goes to the Israelites. 2/3 reap to the flesh, you're going to die. Those that reap to the Spirit will live. And the only ones that's going to reap to the Spirit are who? The elect. The elect will. So this is a scripture that lets you know what's going to happen to the wicked, what's going to even happen to the wicked of Jake. And what's going to happen, which is the 2/3. But it also tells you what's going to happen to the remnant, the elect. Those that reap to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. See? Yahweh Shemiah Shai is fair. 100% fair. Matter of fact, let's get one more scripture. Let's go into the book of Jeremiah. Let me see. Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah 30 and let me see. Bear with me. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Listen to this. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All those that had their hands on us through the beginning all the way till now. We say it from the Babylonians to the Medo-Persians to the Romans to the Assyrians. All the time that we've been into servitude and slavery, all the way from the beginning. Because everybody all these heathen nations had their hands on us at one point or another. Now, the worst that we ever been through is with Esau, Edom. With these Edomites, these Idumeans, they did worse to us than any other heathen. Not that the heathen didn't do anything to us and didn't do bad things to us, but Esau, Edom really did some wicked stuff to us. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. See, a recompense. And all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they call thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Matter of fact, we can read further. I wouldn't go this far. Restoration of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling place. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the place shall remain after manner thereof. So once again, Yahweh Shemiah Shai is going to do what? Take care of this, like going into the kingdom. Other words, we tell you we got next. 2 Ezra 6 and 9 amongst many scriptures that tell you what's going to happen when Babylon, aka America, falls. When we come back down, Yahweh Shemiah Shai going to put a kingdom on it, and all the heathens and everybody else, because everybody's always wondering about everybody else, is going to go into captivity, servitude. They're going to build up. They're going to fix. They're going to build our houses just like we did for them. It's going to be a whole lot worse for them, though. But nevertheless, especially for you Edomites. And see, the scriptures are telling you. This is the reasons why they call the Bible hate speech. This is another reason why they want to get rid of the Bible, y'all. Those that are listening to me and those that don't know, this is another reason why they want to get rid of the scriptures. They want to get rid of the Bible. This is the reason why they call it hate speech, because they understand that this scriptures, what they say here, is true. It's absolute. This is why these Edomite Christians are trying to find they trying their hardest to find a scripture where they can slither into the kingdom, and there is none. So they want to run, well, there ain't no Jew or Greek. They don't even understand it because they try to read, well, they remove the Apocrypha, and the Apocrypha goes into that, what that's talking about. You know? All you got to do is look up the word Hellenized. That's all you got to do. If somebody just type up Hellenized and look at what it say, and you're going to see it. And then you should understand what Galatians is talking about when they say there's no difference between Jew or Greek. But most of you won't. You know, if Yahweh Shema Shai don't want you to see it, you just ain't going to see it. But the elect will, the remnant will understand it completely. But once again, this is what's going to happen, you know, unto Esau, Edom, and you heathens. A recompense, a payback. And there's no way out of it. Matter of fact, let's go to Revelation. Revelation chapter 13, right? It's another scripture that tells you what's going to happen in the near future. Revelation 13, 9 and 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And see, this is another thing that I've noticed. You got a lot of groups out there, and you got a lot of 2/3 talking about us Israelites are a racist and a hate group. We're racist and a hate group. Why are we racist and a hate group when we're reading out the scriptures? The same KJV, King James Bible we got is the same King James Bible y'all got. That shows you unlearned. That shows that Yahweh Shema Shai, spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is not with y'all. Because 2/3 of our people want to save this devil. And this devil throughout time and even now has showed 2/3 of y'all, 2/3 of Israelites, that he don't want y'all at the table. He hates you. He wants you dead. He wants chains around your neck. He wants you humped over. He wants you back picking. He wants that time that they used to have when they could just do anything to Jake. That's another reason why they want to get rid of the 14th Amendment. And Jake still don't get it. And this is the good news, telling Jake, hey, yo, look, that time going to come. Well, we going to have these devils, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. Not a damn thing. Then you start to understand why they keep saying the Bible is hate speech. It's only hate speech when it's coming towards them, and they have to pay for what they've done. As long as they know that Israelites, us, was going to be in captivity, slaves, we're going to be up under their boot. Oh, they was happy. They good with that. Go to Psalms 83. What is that? 1 through 7. All the nations and Esau, Edom. This is Revelation, right? 13. In verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Now you see, he that killeth with the sword or the gun must be killed with the sword. Here is the patient and the faith of the saints. And the saints are Israelites that are patiently waiting for this time to come. And it's inevitable. It's going to come. Regardless who don't like it, it is going to come. And you can feel it. Because what do we see today in 2026? When we look at the news, what do we see? Babylon, aka America, is falling. It's a fall. Why do you think they want to push this digital ID? Why do you think they want to have full control over the internet? Why do you think they want all this stuff? Because they don't want the prophet saying nothing. Because they like, well, ignorance is bliss. If we don't hear about it, then it ain't going to happen. How stupid you are. It's still going to happen. Even when they round us up and chop our heads off and do whatever they're going to do, guess what? It's still going to happen. And then you just pissed off Yahweh Shai even more for putting your hands on his elect. Wait until brothers start getting spiritual powers. I know that may sound like a comic book to a lot of y'all, but it's going to happen. Esau, Edom even knows that's why you think they got their robots and Optimus, and they got all these different robots and all this different stuff. You think that's just to fight the common man? They'll use it against the common man. They really made that stuff for the elect. because they know the elect are going to be, we could say demigods, supermen. What did the Japanese say? That cartoon, I forgot what it's called now. The Invincibles, if I'm saying it right, you know, or something like that. I think it's called Invincible. Something, that cartoon, I forgot, I think that's what it's called. And if it's not called the Invincible, I forgot what it was called. Oh, Butramites or something like that. That's what Eamon was saying. Japanese, like, man, shoot. They even know. They're like, yeah, we know who they actually are. When Yahweh Shema Shalom, God give them their power back, man, it's gonna be a problem. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And once again, the saints are who? The elect. The saints are patiently waiting for this. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture, right? Let's go into Psalms. Psalms chapter 2. And hopefully y'all being edified. I know y'all have heard these scriptures before. You hear them again because these are the things that are about to take hold. This is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Means you're going to go beside their head. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. A lot of them are going to die. These heathens and Esau, you're going to get beat. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, plural, more than one. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. What does he tell the elect? Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Blessed are all them, the remnant. Blessed are them, those that trust in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. See? So you start to understand. Matter of fact, I have to get this one. Going into you heathen, you other nations. Obadiah 1. Right now they shaking hands and talking all this and doing all that and whatever. And everybody thinks everybody else got next. Absolutely not. It may seem that way, but no. Obadiah 1 and 15. The day of the Lord and the future. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. You're going to reap what you sowed, heathens. It's going to be a payback on y'all too. Let me see. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Oh, we're gonna own all your stuff. You're gonna throw up all the gold, all the silver. You giving it all up. See, the scriptures tell you what's going to happen. And now, like I told you earlier, this is why, now they're talking about the Bible as hate speech and whoop-de-whoop and whoop-de-whoop. Now you got all these Christians and different religions coming out the woodwork trying to debunk what we telling them because it's scaring them. It's scaring the crap out of them, and it should. Y'all had y'all's time. You had your time. And we got next. And we know it scares you, and you should be scared. Because like I said, we're going to be like little demigods to say that's the best way to explain it. Like little Yahweh Shai's running around. Even our children in the kingdom. Wait. Because if y'all think we bullcrap, y'all going to see. You know, I can't wait to be in the kingdom and remind y'all of this time. Oh, remember all that shit y'all was thinking? Remember all that shit y'all was saying? Now look at you. Groveling in the dirt. You bet not look up. You're going to be reminded. And somebody may say, well, you know, y'all talking tough. Don't worry about it if we talking tough. You'll see pretty soon when them chariots start getting closer and decloaking, when them angels come down, when Yahweh Shai come, when the men are lifted up and have spiritual powers, then we wonder what you're going to say. Then what? But see, y'all don't believe in none of that, but the scriptures are telling you exactly what's going to happen. See, everybody believed the scriptures when we was going in and out of servitude and we was getting the brunt of the pole, the pipe. Everybody was cool with that. The nations and everybody was cool with that. Now when they find out that they got to go through it, now it's a problem. Now it ain't true. Now we lying. Now the scriptures is hate speech. Yeah, all right. Matter of fact, let's get one more and I'm going to close out. Prove they going into slavery, right? Isaiah chapter, 14 and 2. Matter of fact, we can start at verse 1. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Why is he not saying choose Amalek? Why is he not saying choose Edom? Why is he not saying choose Ammon? Why is he not saying choosing any of the heathen? If they can be grafted in and all that other shit, why is it not here? For the Lord will have mercy on who? Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Are we in our own land right now? No. Matter of fact, these devils talking about kick out the 14th Amendment, meaning letting you know that at the end of the day, they want to say this land don't even belong to us. No matter how much we built up, our ancestors built up, they telling you this shit don't belong to you. We took it. It don't belong to y'all. That's why we tell you the scripture says this is not our rest. We're just passing through. This place where we in, Babylon, aka America, even though Jake tried to make it fun and whatever, this is our punishment for disobedience. Now 2/3, yeah, they having a good time in Esau's kingdom until Esau started taking every damn thing, which he's doing. Then 2/3 are gonna feel what this devil is really about. When he come after 2/3 of Israel, and he gonna show them how he really feel about you. And we've been telling you, but you don't listen. Our own people don't listen to us. They rather be in the bullshit. They rather, all right, be hand in hand with the devil, and he gonna thrust your ass through. But hey, it is what it is. He's still gonna pay for that. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, a people before a place, and set them in their own land, because we're not in our land yet. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. You may, oh, see, the strangers. No. Strangers, speckled bird. Those that may look like the heathen. That's not Edomites. That's not heathens. Those strangers, no. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord. For servants, other words, go back to that picture. We'll go back for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressor. Now do you see? So when we go back to this, you start to understand what the scriptures are telling you, what the near future is going to behold, what it's going to be like. And this is fair, 100% fair. Call Allah, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hope you was edified. Shalom. Until the next time.